pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
President. Gracious God, as we come to you this day to begin another session of the Carl Junction Board of Alderman, we ask that you impart upon us your wisdom and guidance so that we may promote justice and assist those in need and provide for the overall well-being of the citizens of Carl Junction. In your most holy name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Rick. Next is approval of the agenda. Are there any comments or corrections to the agenda?
Second.
Motion by Donna Allen, second by Rick Flynn. We approve the agenda. So all those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. 7 in the affirmative, 1 absent. The agenda is approved. Next is consent agenda, which is approval of the minutes of the previous meetings, both open and closed on January 2nd, and approval of our disbursements. I'm going to take a moment to read the minutes of the closed agenda, and then we'll see if anybody has any comments or corrections to the consent agenda. Very well, then. Any comments or corrections to the consent agenda?
I would wait for the consent agenda.
Second. Motion by Don Allen, somebody required to introduce the consent agenda as presented. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. 7 in the affirmative. The consent agenda is also approved.
Mayor?
Yes, sir.
Can I take a moment to collect these?
Yes, sir.
Actually, I just want to do that before I forget.
Thank you, Mr. Charlie. Next is public forum. Does anyone wish to speak at public forum? Let me read this then. Come on. You can come on up now. It won't take me long. All persons wishing to speak to the mayor and board of aldermen during the public comment portion of the meeting should come forward one at a time and stand at the podium, then say your name and address and the subject matter you wish to comment upon. All comments should be directed to the mayor in a civil manner. Comments are limited to 5 minutes unless the mayor or board of aldermen grants additional time. It is the mayor's responsibility to make certain these rules are followed to maintain order and decorum. If you have a question, the mayor and board of aldermen may, of course, provide an immediate response. However, the mayor and board of aldermen may also provide no response or response at a later time as they deem appropriate. Now, are there any public comments?
Carol Wofford, 207 Burbrick. I have a question. When they re-strike Barbara Drive from the walking trail down to Joplin Street, are they going to put the white stripes on the edge of the road also? Because right now they're completely worn off and you cannot see, even in the daylight, where the white lines are. And I've almost got run off the road 2 or 3 times on that one curve.
If we approve the contract tonight, they're contracted to do it. So they should be doing it, yes. Yes.
That was my.
Yeah. It's from the walking trail down to Joplin Street.
Yeah, I just want to make sure the white stripes get put back on the.
That's in the quote they quoted us.
Okay, that's all I need.
Thank you. Anybody else for public forum? Nobody else? Last call for public forum. Very well, then we're moving along to P&Z cases. Case 2401, acquisition of Marie Lane, City of Carl Junction. Steve, you want to talk about this?
Yeah, P&Z heard this last week, and they are recommending approval.
We don't think this needs a public hearing, do we?
The acquisition, no,
Okay.
that wouldn't require.
Okay. Anyone like to comment on that? You know, when it was all done originally, they forgot to deed the road over to us. So,
Just so everyone's aware, we're actually taking a deed to the property. That is the road, which means we're totally responsible for this. We usually take right-of-ways. This one, we own the property, so we're responsible for everything.
which we have been
Just
doing.
want you all to be aware of that.
Do we own the rest of the roads?
They're dedicated as roads. This one, we own the property. If it's ever abandoned, we will still own the property.
Oh, okay.
The roads, they go away if you abandon the
Okay,
right-of-way.
okay, I understand.
And the ownership goes to adjoining landowners. But this one will be ours.
Okay.
This one you won't ever be able to vacate like we do on other streets.
Any other comments? No other comments? We'll move right along then. Next is an ordinance accepting a quit claim deed to Marie Lane.
We put this ordinance on first reading by title only.
Second.
Motion by Don Allen, second by David Powell, to put this ordinance on first reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title?
An ordinance accepting a quitclaim deed to Marie Lane containing 1.0 acres more or less in the southwest quarter of the southwest quarter of section 16, township 28, range 33, in the city of Carl Junction, Jasper County, Missouri, for Villas of Briarbrook LLC, a Missouri limited liability company, and authorizing the clerk to record said deed for and on behalf of the city of Carl Junction, Missouri.
Any discussion?
Make a motion, we put the ordinance on second reading by title only.
Second.
Motion by David Powell, second by Don Allen, to put this ordinance on second reading by title only. Will the clerk please read the title?
An ordinance accepting a quitclaim deed to Marie Lane containing 1.0 acres more or less in the southwest quarter of the southwest quarter of section 16, township 28, range 33, in the city of Carl Junction, Jasper County, Missouri, from Villas of Briarbrook LLC, a Missouri limited liability company, and authorizing the clerk to record said deed for and on behalf of the city of Carl Junction, Missouri.
Any further discussion?
We put this ordinance on final passage.
Second.
Motion by LaDonna Allen, second by David Powell, to put this ordinance on final passage. This will be a hand vote to go to electronic voting. All those in favor, signify by raising your right hand. 70 affirmative, please vote electronically. I don't see anything on the screen. Oh,
Oh, it's not on.
the motion passes with 7 voting in the affirmative and 1 person absent. That's ordinance number
2402.
42. Thank you. Next is the long-term projects report. For any comments for the city administrator, would he like to speak a little bit about the long-term projects report?
Couple of things on there I got after the report was already put out. One of them is the Center Creek Playground. You have before you, I laid 2 different designs from Play and Park Structures, Clay Core Company. One of them $129,418, and the other one was $144,701. And if you remember, we had this money budgeted from ARPA funds and 135. I think 135. Does that sound right? LaDonna?
Okay, yeah, that's the number I was thinking.
Yeah, 135,000.
So our budget's right between the 2 things from
Yeah.
Play and Parks.
Yeah,
Which, this is why I like to get stuff from different people, because I like this price, but I really like the landscape, whatever it is, landscape. Yeah, I like the equipment better from them, and I know Bob had brought up, like, if we could cut some of it by cutting out some of those climbing rocks and stuff.
he had the exact same opportunity because he's the one that told us those rocks were expensive, which is what Playing Park said the same thing too. I never got anything back from him. He did not respond.
Yeah, because the style of the equipment they had fit in a lot better, I think, with, Center Creek. It was just the whole pricing.
That's where that lowest and best, and that best is, is that company responsive to you and responsive to your request? And this time he did not respond. Now, it did take, you remember, I've been telling you that these have been on the way for quite a while. It did take Playing Park, probably 4 months to get this to us.
This wasn't actually a bid process, right? We just requested design.
Well, and they gave us the estimate for the cost at the same time. We've never advertised, we have not used a playground architect to
Right.
come up with these or anything like that.
That,
We've never used a consultant to come up with it.
which would add to the expense.
Yep.
I was just wondering if it wasn't an actual bid process, and with the weather, I just wondered if he was in to where he could respond, or,
He's out of Kansas City and this guy is out of St. Louis. Playing Park is out of St. Louis, so.
Any more discussion?
I have a question. Where these where they're trying to put these, does it flood?
No,
Never floods.
that little knoll where these sit is even higher than the swimming pool. It's off to the east a little bit where the road curves around. It's kind of in that area. It's even higher than one time.
We got 2 bids from 2 companies, just on stuff we asked for. What does the council want to do to go forward on this?
What's the lead time on this? Like how much time does it take to get the equipment in and get it installed?
I could only give you a guess. I'd have to ask him specifically what the lead time is.
I like the price on these, but I like the
Design of the
structure
other
on the other one. It just looks more like it would fit into that kind of park, but.
one? The other one's really high.
It was
So that's what you guys need to decide.
100, it was what, 180?
189.
189.
Yeah, 189.
What is this on the quote here? There's a $40,000 discount just on this first one. That's not like, are we comparing apples to apples here? Is this waiving installation or something? What is this $48,000 discount? Is it just because when you just total up the
That's
itemized,
off of, probably off of this price or whatever it is. I mean, selling it to us.
I was just making sure that that's not like, because there's a $40,000 install, and that's not taking out the install and saying that we're installing it or something like that, that discount is, it's a discount, not a removal of services or something like that.
No, it's just a discount. It's not.
What's the timeline, sorry, to use the the money of where this is coming from? Wasn't there at some point you had it?
RPA, yeah, we've got to have that money spent by
End of this year.
allocated.
Oh,
No, we had to have it totally allocated by December of '24, totally spent by December of '26.
I think you're gonna need to get a definition from these guys about the installation. Because in the fine print, it says a certified play and park structures installer is recommended for play equipment installation.
Yeah, because if the installation is not in there and it's 40, then that would take you right up to
What the other guys
what
are.
the other guys are.
Yep.
Yeah, but yet they have up above that says install as per prints provided,
What's EFW? That is.
EWF. Yeah, that line item is 35,235.
Yeah.
And it says install.
That's probably included there. Just need to get clarification on that to make sure that they are gonna install it. Although it says we have to do the site work.
Yeah, we'll have to tear it.
Yeah.
Do you think we should get clarification and address it at next meeting?
Well,
We don't-
yeah, how they, you guys need to decide what you want to do first. You want to go with one of these? Do you want to go with the $180,000 one?
I know that we continually push things off and it takes forever to get anything done. I think we talked before about trying to work on one project at a time. And we still are, in the process, and we'll be done before long. They're getting the other playground structure and pavilion and all that done. I kind of like to wrap up a project before you start the next one and kind of see where we're at. But
If it's not done till May or June, though, I mean, there's no chance this will go in for this year.
Yep.
And we should be able to multitask. I mean, if we're not out there on the shovels,
There are different contractors too.
You gotta tell me what you want.
I like the 189, but there's no way we can come up with $50,000 extra. That would take over half of what we will have in the park budget for the next budget cycle. And I don't think we should get used to pulling from reserves to finish anything, but I like the other equipment if we can cut out the part of it that we don't want.
You're talking about getting rid of the fallen rocks. and trees
Yeah,
and
like
all
some
that.
of the big, yeah. But I don't even know if that would bring us close because I don't have that breakdown. But we cannot, with the money we've set aside and the budget we have coming in, we cannot do the 189,000 as it stands. Unless we pulled from, well, we'll have more money going into capital improvements, but
So the pictures that are in here, that's the color it'll be, that is what it'll be.
No, we can, that's probably the only thing that we can pick is the colors. Well, not me, I don't pick colors. I leave that up to these two, they're really good at that.
I agree with LaDonna. I like the other design better because it looked fit at the park. But if we can't afford it, we can't afford it. It's green. That color green is just not my favorite color. So.
no. Looks like little tanks exploded or something.
But it doesn't matter.
You guys need to make the decision.
How much from the one plan to the other, and just kind of going through these, I did not go line by line, I just kind of looked at some of the design and stuff. What is left off of the cheaper one that's included in the 144 or whatever?
The one, page 5 to 12, on here they call it a Duramax structure, is larger. So that's the main difference. It's $43,399 on option 1, and then option 2, it is $59,998. There's your.
Yeah.
Can the ARPA funds be reallocated, or are they?
No, they can be reallocated.
Can I ask that question because I wonder about, now that we've got a consultant's opinion on the swimming pool, maybe, until we've made some decisions about how we're gonna proceed with that, maybe setting on this a little bit, in case those funds need to be reallocated, whether it be to help with the decommissioning of the pool or to help with repairs.
Well, it wouldn't be a drop in the bucket when it came to repairs. I mean, we could maybe pay for some decommissioning of it, but we did allocate this money like 2 years ago,
2 years.
last October.
I honestly, I did not look at the treasurer's report last time. I know that she always listed on there how much is even left in the ARPA. I'd have to pull that file out again and see where that allocation is. It's been long enough that we looked at that.
Well, I think we got like 350,000 in, but most of it is allocated, except we had like 14,000 go back
Something
in.
like that, yeah.
So we would have enough if you wanted to do it now. With the 135, we do have some extra in there that if we were going to go with these options, I think it would be smarter to go with the 144. It's 9,000 more, but we should have those funds available in ARPA. Because like I said, we had some that we put back in for lighting refund or something like that. From
Yeah, the rebates.
Yeah, the rebate. So we've allocated the money, and like I say, there's 9,000 that's not allocated. We can put over to that, that's still in that. And I see what you're saying, but about the only thing it would do is if we decommission the pool.
My opinion, I kind of liked that larger setup, that option 2 setup for Lakeside Park. That was my opinion.
Oh,
Wait, what?
The larger of the 2 options, that I kind of liked it for Lakeside Park. Yeah,
Option 2, Center Creek option 2,
it could be an option to put it out there.
or are you talking about the 189 one?
No.
No.
One-
I understand that.
Yeah, that one there, that option number 2.
do we have anything else on? I mean, I know we got that.
Those are the only 2 contacts I have for playground people or Play and Park and APCO landscape structures. Which I gave both of them to R.E. Smith, so. And according to them, they have other suppliers.
Well, if we have that from R.E. Smith and we don't have another one to compare to, I like to be able to compare back and forth. But if the others did not respond on Lakeside, I don't have an objection against going forward with what we did for Lakeside. But I would, it would be my recommendation, if we can't get the others to cut some of that expense, that if we do these, that we go with the 144 option. I think for $9,000, we would regret it later if we cheaped out on the other one.
Do they pay after they're completed or gonna bill us? We need an ordinance.
Did not get that deep into it.
I would almost think we need an ordinance anyway. So we specify what all the conditions are.
I mean, this is just a quote only. It's not a, when you accept the quote and, or not accept the quote or table the quote, that's your options.
Is there any reason if we table the quote, that before the next meeting, we couldn't at least reach out and see if they can do, if they respond and do anything on the first quote? Because I say it's not a bid
Yes.
process.
Yeah, there's no reason why. That's probably,
It's not like anybody's gonna start work on it anytime soon.
let's see, I can figure out lead time on it. It's 4 months, probably. I'm gonna say 4 to 6 months lead time, because that's what, if we think about when we had it scheduled for Lakeside to open and when they could get stuff in, you're at 4 to 5 months lead time.
I'd say we table it.
Though we don't really need to table it. It's not on the agenda. You can just have it, you can have a consensus. We're gonna tell Steve to go out and do what you want him to do.
So what I've got written down now is clarification on installation colors,
Payment schedule.
Clarification on the discount.
yeah. And lead time. What else? And go back to ASCO too.
And then we can put it on the agenda for next, surely in a couple of weeks, they'll get back.
I put the lead time, or I put the installation and the discount in the same category, so those 4 items. See everybody, except for 2 of you nodding your head, yes. There's one more. Okay.
Did we want to consider any, like the community build thing? Was anybody excited about that?
I didn't hear you, Holly.
Does anybody want to consider the community build playground thing?
Mike has given us that information.
I don't. I think you have to be pretty careful with that. I would, and I have not done it yet, but I would want to check with MIRMA about some liability issues on that. It's always nice when we can transfer that liability to somebody else. And by having a contractor do it and have them install it and do all of that work, they get to assume some of that liability. If we do that community build, we're taking on, if a volunteer gets hurt, we're taking on some liability there that I'm a little bit uncomfortable with. That's not to say it doesn't happen all the time. We know that it does, and it's a big deal. Lots of communities do that thing. That's just my comfort level in handling liability.
Well, now I got through number 1 on the long-term budget report. Anybody want to comment on anything down a little lower? Like, what are we doing on the playground on Lakeside? That's what I want to know.
I have not got anything back from Marty Smith yet.
Okay.
It's blank because I don't have anything said.
But these guys sent their thing to him too.
Yes,
So they've got the Avco and they got this one here too,
yes.
but nothing else. We might want to give them a call, ask when they're going to get that in. Anything else on here you guys want to talk about?
I have not given the permanent lighting stuff to the engineer yet. And as you can see there, you know, Liberty's got to bring power up to the memorial site.
Yeah.
It took them forever to get this stormwater stuff to me.
We have electricity to the pavilion, right?
We have electricity at the pavilion.
So would they just be running from there? They're gonna have to put another drop or something?
Now, it's on the south side of the pavilion that where electric comes into it at, and that's probably too far to run a secondary line, I guess is what that would be called. But it's gonna take its own meter set.
And I saw on the county website that your information, plus I saw on the county website that we went out for bids on the fencing, so.
Yep.
And
Fence, the dog park is out for bid right now. The technology partner is out for bid right now. And one today is for the stormwater improvements here behind us, North Cowgill. That'll be going out to bid tomorrow.
For the technologies up for the security cameras and all that stuff?
Yes. And I've got two companies coming in, one company coming in Thursday to do a walkthrough and another company on Friday coming in to do a walkthrough. And one other company has already done their walkthrough.
on the stormwater improvements on our code, is that stuff we have created?
No,
So why are we having to go out for bids to pay for it? I mean, we've got a developer.
it's nothing to do with the developer.
Is it the towers where they did the work?
The cell tower, it's a combination of things. Some of it is ours because this ditch, the stormwater ditch behind us has grown over. That is our responsibility. It is silted in. That's nobody's responsibility. That's time and nature does that. The cell tower, the only thing that they did was they put in two small whistles underneath where their access road is. That's all. Whoever the construction company was. And because that's right on the edge of the city limits, would have to get two easements, would have to get a construction easement, and then we would get an easement where we can go in and maintain it then from here on out. On part of it that's not ours. This part right behind us, you know, for where the building is and the property up, that's our responsibility to get there. So that other easement would be, let's see, is that Bishop now? Where Walnut comes across, it's just kind of that little bit of a dead end right in there. That's where the easements and stuff are needed. And Kurt's already talked to Rainer Schultz about getting those, and he's fine with signing off on that, giving us the easement.
It's a drainage ditch all on our property.
On both private and ours.
legally, isn't there, if it's within so many miles or what is it, a mile, whatever, that it joins and there is something on their property that affects property inside the city, can't they be held responsible for it also?
Our ordinances can impact outside our city limit. If they are impacting us, yes, we can take them to municipal court. I don't know if that's a solution in this case. I mean, beyond taking them to municipal court, I'm not, there is some ability to do that, but it's not city property.
Right.
Whether there's some other action we can take, I'd have to look deeper into that.
So I guess we just wait on a bit and see what they're hitting us with.
Anything else on long-term projects?
Yeah, what's the next sidewalk phase?
Where
Phase 6?
that is from
Car wash.
Dean to Arlington. So Bulldog Drive-In, Meat-Choritos, discount.
And we're not putting it right in front of there, right?
Yeah, right in front of them.
Are there any plans, or can we do anything about getting sidewalks in front of the high school?
We'd have to, because there's sidewalks over at the junior high. Thinking off the top of my head here. That would run, you could run them across the front side of the high school, between the highway and the school, or between the high school and the parking lot.
That's what I want. Sidewalk all along there, and then some crosswalks.
You're also going to have to continue on because they don't want dead end stuff, so, I don't know if they would make us go all the way around the corner then and tie into Prairie Hills. I don't know. That'd be an interesting conversation. I did get shoved off to a district engineer on the crosswalk.
So you think we can get him out, or then not?
Yeah.
Okay, I think it's a real need over there, because I mean, the kids, they just walk across, they're down in the ditch, pop up.
You don't see them walking east and west across the high school parking lot, do you?
They walk in the grass.
Or are they just cutting across the grass and going north and south?
Both. Even over there where it's like not, where there's that vacant land that's got trees and stuff, you walk through there.
They follow that sewer easement there out of that, down there at Jessica Circle.
Uh-huh,
They follow the sewer easement that we
Yeah.
mowed right up to the highway, down through the ditch.
uh-huh, and then, yeah, pop up over the road there. Yep. Anyway, I think that's a real need if we can get something going over there. It's just terrible visibility, lots of kids going to and from school. I think it would really improve.
We run a bus route so that they don't have to walk because of the safety concerns. I know some of them choose to.
But yeah, it's right across the street.
Life lessons learned on a bus, that's why they don't ride it.
Anything else? What What about radar signs?
Radar signs, there's something in your packet on it too, because you added a couple of things to the signs. He sent me in a corrected quote. You know, it was a little hard to decipher because he said, you know, add this to it and add this, and so he took everything that you told me to add to it and put it all in one quote, and it's brought it up to $8,854. It's the mobile stands, the street smart data thing.
What was the original?
7,000 something. 7,900, 7,700, something like that. Again, last maintenance.
So those haven't actually been ordered yet?
No.
No.
We never voted to order them.
Well, I thought we said to order 2.
Yeah, but you added stuff.
We added stuff
so
to
we
them.
added them.
Yeah. So if you want them with the additions, we'll need a motion to go ahead and buy them.
So this is for 2 movable ones.
Two
Yes.
movable, yeah, portables.
Is that the extra battery? Yeah.
Yep.
I move we accept this quote. Purchase it as is.
Second.
Motion by Rick Flynn, second by David Pyle, that we accept the quote from Radar Sign for the purchase of 2 portable radar signs. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. Those opposed, same sign. Okay, we got 5 in favor and 2 against. It is approved.
The other one on there, is it on the report, is the striping or is it?
Yeah, striping. It's not on the report, but it's in here. Got a bid to stripe.
It's just down the road there.
Angelie, Hodger,
Yeah, that
and
has,
Bradbury Drive. I don't know where Hodger Drive is.
Hodger Drive. I like that. Huh.
Which we talked about last time.
Which is the ones that you want to add it, Mike, the stop stripes and those 2 sections, and then around the curve and everything on Bradbury Drive, there's $6,000.
And that we just pay upon completion.
Yeah, pay on completion on that one, and it's just gonna go on his work schedule for, you know, when it warms up and dries out. So, what, April, May?
Yeah.
Just so, you know, we didn't have time to do a budget meeting or anything on there, but did look, and in the past, we've paid for the striping of the 2-inch overlay account. And we have 100,000, 150, 100.
We budgeted 100,000 this year.
Yeah. And we have not spent any. So we do have plenty of money in the account to do that. So I would move that we go ahead and accept that. We got some safety and liability issues. We need to keep some people safe.
Question real quick.
Yeah.
On Hodge and Angelie, it says 2 stop bars. Are we saying northbound to Pinell and then also the southbound Sheridan there? Is that what
Yeah.
the second stop bar?
Yep.
I don't know that we need that second stop bar. That's probably not an issue. But definitely the one on Pinell.
I have no idea how much it's gonna take off of there, but, you know, if you're gonna use stop bars, you need to put them in. If you're gonna start putting them in, we're gonna have to start putting them in. That's one of those slippery slope things. Because the stop bars will be,
Well, there shouldn't
the
only be
stop
one.
bars on
Hodge doesn't
Harbor
stop
Drive,
us.
we're gonna put stop bars on, Hodge and Lexington in there. This all has stop bars in it.
But the four-way stop, they'll have, so there'll be four of them.
Right now, there will only be the one. That's all that's on this.
Harbor Drive has it listed on there also.
He's saying at the four-way stop at Sheridan, or where are you
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, basically the newly created four-way stop.
Well, that's Lexington. Or that's
Lexington.
Lexington, actually. So it's not going that far.
Okay.
But there won't be anything painted on Sheridan, so those,
Shit.
it's not a stop there anyway, I guess.
Yeah, never mind. I've seen it.
So we have a motion in a second.
Do we have a second?
Yeah, David, no, Bill,
I
did
will
you?
second.
Okay, I was gonna say, somebody,
You made the motion?
I made the motion. that we-
Looks like Ladon Allen, second by David Pyle, that we approve the bid for striping from Advanced Work Zone Services. All those in favor, please signify by raising your right hand. 7 in the affirmative. Okay, order it, and hopefully they'll get it done before I retire. Moving right along, we'll go to department reports, unless you guys have anything else for Steve. First thing I'll go with here is Public Works. Any comments for Jay? He's here.
Anything you want to cover over the past week about snow and ice? Any equipment?
Everything went south. Nothing started, it was too good.
Have we hired a new public works employee?
No, we got that advertised on Indeed, and I got 36 applications that I turned over to him. Of course, qualifier on that. I think one guy was down in Florida.
He ain't coming.
Yeah,
Not now.
so
Long commute.
long commute.
That's, I go to this vet, this is not, no material law. I go to this vet out in the country, and he put a deal on the thing to somebody to feed the cows, take care of the chickens and do that. And the guy applied, wanted to know if he could do it from home.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
So, sorry to take up your time with that. Anything else for Jay? No water main breaks or anything? They about to got all the stuff in? Okay, sorry. I'm a jinx, I know. Next is the police department report. So how much you're gonna have to reduce all your stuff you're asking for every year like you do?
Yeah.
Looks good. We're moving right along. I guess I asked Steve earlier today about the ticketing thing. Anybody want to comment on that?
Still in the process. I got an email yesterday that they needed, when we get ticket numbers, we have to get them through the highway patrol. So the email came in yesterday evening that they needed those ticket numbers. I got a hold of the highway patrol today, got those assigned to us. So those will go to them. Sounds like it's coming along pretty quick. We're already starting training on them. The supervisors have already had training and are setting up training for the officers.
Very good.
I did see where Carterville, somebody else was looking at same package as what.
Yeah, because they're asking for it through through LEST.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Anything else for the chief? Anything else you want to say, chief?
Jenny, do you have any applications that want to be a police officer?
If you have the,
But that is an option. If we posted out his,
I thought.
go out any farther.
I mean, we've tried the paper, tried the Missouri Police Chief site, we tried Facebook.
Because with Indeed, you can put qualifiers on there.
Right.
We'll talk tomorrow about that.
Okay.
think that's all we have for department reports, committee reports, budget and finance.
Just a reminder, we're starting the 24th, is that correct, at 4 p.m.? 4:15-ish. And it's in the minutes, but I didn't write down the time.
Yeah, we need to get those sheets out and posted.
Yeah, we will be starting budget work next week on the 24th at 4:15.
Alrighty. Anything else for budget? Code nuisance, Rick?
Nothing at this time, sir.
Public facilities, Mike?
Nothing, sir.
Economic development, Holly?
No, nothing at this time.
Roger isn't here, but we do have a closed session here a little bit later, so we'll be going into that. I did have one thing for Mark. On the old Bulldog Car Wash vacant lot, they put the no trespassing signs up. I know it's not a refrigerator truck, but somebody's parking some kind of trailer there. Do they have permission to do that, or do we need to mess
I
with
have
it?
no idea. We'd have to get the owner to contact us to give them a citation.
Okay. I mean, nobody's complained about it. I just noticed that, we had that one lady that was bad because the refrigeration trucks were there making noise. This just seems to be a trailer that's parked there. Okay. Okay, unfinished business. Holly.
Yes, I sent an email to everybody about the chamber give back day coming up on February 10th. Really love everybody could get involved in that. It's less than 4 hours and the organizations are very appreciative. So if anybody would like to do that, let me know or sign up with the chamber.
Alrighty.
And then I also did want to ask, could you go over street maintenance in inclement weather? Who's responsible for that and makes those decisions?
Snow plowing?
Yeah.
That's pretty easy. I mean, it's our responsibility to do that or not do that. So we start with major streets first. There are some side streets that we don't do at all. We try to make sure our very first priority is make sure that all of the bus routes are done. And then on top of that, it depends on the type of storm. A lot of times it does no good and it just puts our equipment and our guys at risk. But there's other times that it does. So it is, I leave that decision totally up to Jay. Jay's got the experience doing it. I mean, from shoveling salt out of the back of a dump truck when he started, he was the salt spreader. But we start with the major roads first, and then we work our way down into the smaller side streets.
And we have all that equipment and everything on hand.
Yeah, it works.
It works, you said?
When it works.
Oh, when it works.
Yeah, we had one spreader up and ready to go, and we went and fired up that morning and started.
Okay, I was just curious on that.
And we don't do cul-de-sacs, right?
We try to. There's a couple of them that we don't because they're smaller and short, and
There's nowhere to take it on the end.
yeah, you don't have any place to push it on the end. So, and if we hit a mailbox, we replace it. If we hit a basketball goal, we're not going to replace that because that shouldn't be out there to begin with. But mailboxes, yeah, and we, you know what, we clip a couple of them every year. It's not a big deal. I think the guys even have built a temporary one that they can give somebody if they knock one down. So.
Main thing we try to get right off the get-go is the hills and the main roads like Robert Drive, Copper Oaks, Roney, Grimes, Karen Drive, and the main roads out to Osor Acres and one big loop to Country Club. They always do them first. And then the side ones, if they're flat and it's not big snow, it's better just to let them have that traction.
spreading ice or spreading, the snow, the ice melt, the salt. Once it gets below 0, it does absolutely no good. The only thing you're putting it on there for is traction. It's not going to melt the snow. It's not going to melt the ice. You have to have a little bit warmer weather, and you got to have sunshine on it to activate it to get it to work right.
Anything else?
No, thank you.
Bob, unfinished? Rick?
Yes, sir.
I have nothing. LaDonna? Mike?
I have nothing to say.
Bill? David?
I won't ask that we come up with this now, but I would like for us to work toward some sort of timeline and process for making a decision about the pool now that we're informed. We're working toward that. I don't know if that starts with public facilities, having a meeting to discuss and make some recommendations, or a full work session of the full council. But it's a significant topic, and I know there are folks in our community that want to know one way or another what we're working toward. So, that's my comment.
All right. Mr. Talley? Lana? Crystal? Steve?
Yes, sir.
Jay? Mark? New business. David?
No, sir.
Bill? Mike?
Nothing, sir.
LaDonna?
The only thing, Elena, did anybody else get with you on the legislative conference?
No, I'm not gonna bring that up.
Okay, I'll let you bring that up. So I have.
I have nothing.
No, sir.
Rick? Bill? Holly? Mr. Talley?
Mark, you were gonna mention something about trash pickup?
Oh, she was gonna do that too. I asked her to do that. Elena?
Yes, sir. 2 things. First of all, for anyone who doesn't check Facebook or who does not get notifications from the app, Republic Services has canceled their service for Monday and Tuesday. So for those in Briarbrook who are on a Tuesday route, they will not be running that route this week. They said they will pick up extra next week, so if you have more than will fit in your can, you can just put it around the cart and they will pick that up next week. They typically don't do that. As long as they can run tomorrow, they will start with their regular Wednesday route. So, and then if they can't run that tomorrow, I assume they will email me and then I will let everybody know as I can on the app and.
Yeah, I'd recommend everybody get that app, because I got it today, and so I did have to put my trash out tomorrow. Just pile it in the garage.
February 20th and 21st is Tuesday and Wednesday, is the MML Legislative Conference in Jeff City. If anyone wants to go, let me know and I'll get you signed up. If you stay overnight on the 20th at the Capitol Plaza Hotel, they do have an opportunity for you to meet our legislature. They give you an appointment, if that's something that we can get set up. So I already know that I think LaDonna, Rick, and Holly want to attend. So if anybody else wants to attend, let me know so that I can get you registered and get you a hotel room reserved. And that is all I have.
Very good. Crystal?
No, sir.
Steve?
No, sir.
Really? Jay? Mark? Very well then. Next on the agenda is a closed session for Revised Missouri Statute 61021, hiring, firing, disciplining, or promoting of particular employees by a public governmental body when personal information about the employees discussed or recorded. Would anyone like to give me a motion
I move
to go to closed session?
we go into closed session for the above stated purpose.
It's by Donna Allen, second by David Piley, go into closed session. This will be a roll call vote. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Bill McGuire?
Yes.
Holly Levine?
Yes.
Mike Burns?
Yes.
Rick Flynn?
Yes.
Bob McAfee?
Yes.
David Pyle?
Yes.
LaDonna Allen?
Yes.
Very well, we are now in closed session.